Hey guys, and welcome back. Oh wow, look, the light just turned on. So today I'm kind of doing this as another spirit-led kind of thing. I'm gonna be doing crime cards for the election. I don't know why they want me to do it, but we'll find out. I did that with the balls. If I get anything, visions or whatnot, I will let you know. First of all, keep an eye on the balls. I did just touch them right now, that's why they're going off, but they will go off. One will go off or something to validate certain information. There's a light as well and a bear. So if you hear a beeping noise, sometimes they've been setting that off kind of crazy lately. So all the ways to support me are down below. I have merchandise. I have these Otter Spirit bracelets, which are really great. They donate to the otters. They have necklaces and whatnot as well. It's really good for Christmas that's coming up, as well as the merchandise that I have. But don't feel like you have to. It's just there if you would like to support the channel in a different way and see all the great stuff that we have. Otherwise, just liking, subscribing, and being here is really wonderful, and we appreciate you so much. Having an open mind and listening to spirit and keeping the positive thoughts going. See how that ball went off and then it relighted again? That is probably spirit. So, and they're doing it again. I have to let everybody know that this is for entertainment purposes only, and everyone is innocent till proven guilty. And I've kind of mixed up my crime cards, and I have different cards I'm going to use. I'm going to go where I'm pulled and see what happens. I like to shuffle and do it off camera because I think it's annoying to sit here and watch somebody shuffle. Plus, I like to sit here and kind of look at the cards for a minute and see what I can get out of them, because cards are new to me. I haven't been doing them very long. I like to use the crime cards because they're more straightforward. I always use them as a sort of validation tool. Any tool that anybody uses is an extension of them. If you have not seen the Owl Astrology, I suggest that you guys go check that out. I've watched it 3 times because I pick something up new every time. It seems to suggest that Biden has a lot of Scorpio energy, and a lot of 12th house energy, which means that it's very powerful placements in the fact that he does everything behind the scenes. He doesn't show his cards. He doesn't show his hands. When he stings, he stings. There's a lot of interesting aspects that are happening that they point out in those videos that I found truly validating and interesting. And so I totally suggest it. It also, talks about how don't listen to what's coming out of the White House. Things are being done behind the scenes, so we just got to have faith and believe that the truth is going to come out. We have that Pluto going into Aquarius on the 19th, so there's going to be a lot of different energy. Right now, Pluto is in Capricorn, where the old, corrupt people are in power, or trying to become in power. So that a Pluto and Aquarius should bring out that corruption, hopefully. So that's what we're hoping for. So time will tell. Let's sit back, be patient, try to be as positive as we can. We know where we stand in the light, and unfortunately, some people refuse to see things as they are, and it's really disheartening. But we're here, we're vibing with the tribe. So thank you all to new people and old people that have stayed. So, keep in mind that when it comes to cards, it can be past, present, future in the cards. It can be around the situation. We can only do the best as perceive them as the best that we can. We may perceive them wrong, but I try to perceive them the best way that I can. But as I said, they are very new to me. So that is something to keep in mind. If you have not seen the last criminal reading I did actually on Donald Trump, at the end, there was a mention of espionage in Russia that I was not even aware what that was. But I think towards the end of that reading, they were trying to show me that this stuff was going on, and I didn't fully understand it, which maybe I'm not supposed to fully understand it. I feel like spirit gives what they want to give that's important to us, and that's important to the time, and sometimes they'll give it like that so that we can put it out there, and then when it happens, it's like, oh my gosh, okay, that's what they meant. Because as I always tell people, psychics don't know everything. We only know what we're given, and we like to use tools such as rods, cards, because they are an extension of us. They tend to be very accurate in a lot of the cases that I work, and I've started to add them onto the cases because they give more insight and they give extra insight. So I really like the crime cards, but I have not done them on an election reading before, so this should be interesting, but spirit wanted me to do this, so here we go. And again, make sure you click the like and subscribe if you like being here. This is a place where we teach about spirituality, look into crime cases. This political stuff is kind of new, but spirit led me down this path, so I go where I'm led, and I just try to be that true speaker for people, or the true speaker for spirit, I guess I should say. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll get started. The balls were going off. I was trying to unpause it and it took forever, so it missed it. One thing I do want to mention is that I did pull the Tower card. I pulled 4 cards the other day, and it was like they're all celebrating and stuff, but there's going to be a Tower moment. That's the way that I understood the cards. I did a little video, but it was basically only 4 cards that kind of like led to the downfall of the Tower moment, which I described as the king literally falling out of the tower. That is what a Tower card looks like. It's not the only time I pulled a Tower card for Trump. I think I pulled it in my earlier readings. And I don't know if you guys remember going back to my earlier readings, I stated there would be bombshells in this election, which there has been. It has not been like any other election. So I think there's going to be continued bombshells, continued skeletons coming out of the closet. I feel like foreign leaders, military, the president, everybody's aligning for this bigger cause. Okay. And they keep showing me the jets, so I don't know if that's symbolic for. I don't know if that's symbolic or not. For the military. Okay. I think we talked about in the live the 5 eyes. So there's lots of things we also talked about in that live as well. But there's lots of information that's been coming through in previous readings, putting all the puzzle pieces together, just like you do in cases. Because again, I think spirit had me do this because this is literal. There's lots of crimes with this as well. And it was a new path. It was something new. So, all right. Of course, took forever to unpause, so I missed the balls. So I think there's some other things that have come, in my prior readings that I want to bring up. The scratching out of Trump's name, that keeps coming up, and that can be in any way, shape, or form. That could just be he's not president. And I got X in one of my readings. I didn't. This was before Twitter changed to X, so I find that kind of interesting. And a lot of the Autowrites. All right, so we have digital evidence. So there is digital evidence that maybe they tried to hide, cover their tracks from or whatever, but there is digital evidence of something out there. We didn't see this danger coming. A lot of us didn't, other than I think they were trying to tell me in the last criminal reading with the espionage in Russia and Trump and all that. This was unseen danger for, I think, a lot of the people, and the propaganda also made it unseen danger because the propaganda was put out by Elon on X and everywhere else. And so that's helped fuel the right wing. there might be some flight risk involved somewhere, and it seems like when I get the alien card, it means like foreign people helping with this. Okay, that's how I always view the alien card, and I have to kind of read this a little different because it's not a usual case that we use them on. But there is some sort of time change. This can also be delays, but I did pull the delay card, so there might be time changes. There are rumors going on around now, but there was rumors going on around before. Some were correct, some were not, and there's a lot of rumors now going on about what's been going on. And there is an alarm. And again, mind control. I pull this card every time I pull on Trump, every time I pull on the situation, I pull mind control, which we all know, unfortunately, that a lot of the people that follow Trumpism are in a cult and they're mind controlled by the words that he spreads. That was said in one of the readings I did on him, where the way that he talks, it's like a hypnotism. The things that he says, they actually say that they use that in the CIA, where they do it by fear. They control people by fear. And it's been said by psychologists that there's a word for that. I put it out on a video, but it's called, I can't think of the word of it right now, but psychologists have a word for it. So I'm kind of tired, so my brain isn't working right. I just want to jump on here. I'm just curious, you know what I mean? So there's intuition. Everybody's intuition is kind of playing into this right now. I think everybody kind of feels like something's not right and something hasn't been right. And that intuition is about a secret. There is a secret that is ongoing, that I feel like will be uncovered, but there is the secret. And I feel like, Elon does this. I feel like Trump does this. That there might even be more people. I believe the new AG, who they want to be the new AG, but I don't think he's going to be confirmed. They do this. So this is involved in the situation, but also they are this to democracy. Okay. So cards can have multiple meanings, just like the symbolism in readings. I'm not really sure how to read the accident card, other than I can take it as like, I don't really know. I think on that a minute. So there was assassination attempt. This doesn't mean that there might not be another one. There could be, but I mean, he's trying to assassinate our democracy, so I mean, you could take it like that. He is an assault on our democracy, but also there's assault charges behind a lot of the people in his thing. But it is an assault on our democracy, and we feel trapped. And this election has been a health risk for a lot of people. I think there might be health risk also with Trump. He is there's reptilians involved that are royalty. Okay. There's rich people, reptilian rich people, which I've said. There's treason involved, as we know. He's committed treason. I don't know how many times he continues to commit treason. And it's also been stated that Elon is talking to some foreign leaders. It was shown on a picture. So, but we also know that there's treason involving around this election, in my opinion. There's going to be some explosive events that happen, though, that I think people are not going to expect. You have a lot of people denying that there could be anything wrong, but I think they're going to get a wake-up call. I'm wondering about somebody doing rituals on that side, considering if they're reptilians. It makes me wonder if there's not some sort of that going on. I mean, there could be. It's interesting because when I sat down here, I was wondering if they have a priestess on their side, like on the dark side, someone that helps Donald get away with all of this, besides paying people off and blackmailing them, of course. But there might be some sort of confession or whistleblower. Not by Trump. He never confesses to anything. That was one of his rules. Don't confess to anything, right? That was one of his rules that the guy that taught him everything said to not to do. But there might be a confession by somebody else or a whistleblower. He is a curse on democracy. Break up. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Donald. We're breaking up with you. We're breaking up with the egotism as well, because he is fueled by egotism, as we all know. And money. Fueled by money as well. And there's money that was paid off. I see foreign leaders being paid, like not the good ones, you know, the ones that Russia, for instance, possibly Netanyahu, as I heard the name, but money, pockets were lined. This is going to cause delays, though. So I always get this card in regards to any type of reading I do on the election or Donald or whatever. I get delays. It's been since the beginning, delays, which would align with the astrology. So here's the death card. That can be new beginnings, or it could be actually death of somebody. And I'm not sure exactly when that would happen. I don't feel he's healthy. I'm not sure, but you can go back to the old readings on that one. I don't like to predict anything like that. But all he does is abuse and neglect the people that aren't woke, his followers. He does this by spouting the things that he spouts. Spirit has explained it multiple times as like an abusive husband or a narcissist to an empath. It's an abuse and neglect of democracy, of our legal system, of the American people on the things that he tries to do. Okay. I just get the ick when I think of who like he's putting on his side and that side. A spirit always shows me like it's light and dark, and on that side it's a bunch of reptilians, and they constantly show me that these reptilians sticking out their snakes on that side. There's such a different sort of energy. And again, I am independent, but I believe in freedoms for all. I believe in the light. I'm not saying that either side is perfect. I'm not saying that the Dems are perfect, but there's a different vibe of energy with Harris versus the criminal and predator on that side. Which, when you're a criminal and a predator, you surround yourself with criminals and predators. Obviously. This was fueled by greed, power, control, money, greed. That's what this was fueled by. This is all distraction. Okay. There's a lot of distractions that are going on right now. There is evidence. There is evidence of fraud. Okay. There is evidence of fraud. And I was really happy to pull this card. The truth comes out. Okay. The truth is going to come out. I'm telling you, Biden's not going to sit back with all that Scorpio energy and all that 12th house energy and just allow, and he is the last standing of the old card, the old ways. He's not going to stand back and let somebody step all over his democracy. He's going to, there's things that are going on behind the scenes that a lot of us feel that are happening that aren't going to be brought to light until the end of November, beginning of December. December-ish seems really like bombshell time frame. There's a lot going on in astrology as well. So the truth is going to come out. It might not be all truth, but the truth is going to come out. Also, I did see that Jack is releasing, or he's asking for delays so that he can write this whole brief of all of Donald Trump's crimes. Does that mean that he's going to be charged or anything with the crimes because of his presidency? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure if that's going to have anything to do with it, but I find it interesting that it was delayed till the 2nd for him to write his brief, and the 5th through the 7th has a really crazy astrology. It might play into the other legal things that are coming. So they might just put it all together. But the truth comes out. I feel like there was a secret trip at one point, maybe to meet with foreign leaders, maybe to meet with people that were helping him align everything that he did. This regret card I can pull is like the people that did vote for him, thinking that he's legitimately won. There's a lot of regrets. One of the highest things that was Googled was, how do I change my vote? So people, you're supposed to look at things before an election. You're supposed to educate yourself before an election. I've tried to educate people here and told them what to look at. he will turn the economy upside down. I just released something about his plans would literally put us in the red, into depression, into a recession, and people are still defending it. So there's a lot of regret, though, because people are deciding, you know what, your morals don't stand with my morals. Your ethics don't stand with my ethics. It's not about you. It's not about politics anymore. It comes down to, what are you condoning and supporting? And you're going against our democracy. You're going against what a president should be. Even if it wasn't legit, the people that voted for him, you're still condoning it. So there's a lot of regret coming from a lot of different people. And now many people feel like they're imprisoned and they're stuck with that vote. They're stuck now. We're all stuck. And a lot of people that don't see, that aren't woke, that don't see what's going on and just think that nothing's happening, that we're stuck with this regime, we feel like we're imprisoned. And a lot of people feel like they're imprisoned. He's got natural causes. Like, he's got some stuff going on. I'm telling you, he's not healthy. But I don't know when anything would happen. But I always pull these cards too. An evil corporation is involved in this. So we go back to the poly market. We go back to Peter Thiel, who, and I'm learning all this stuff too, but Peter Thiel, that goes with the poly market, that could be part of the evil corporation. It might, they're showing me branch outs, like it might branch out to other evil corporations. Trump has an evil corporation, whether you believe it or not. He's got his hands in a bunch of different things through the Trump Tower and stuff. I feel like, again, there's probably money laundering going on. There's other crimes that are being committed through the evil corporations. Trump's corporation is evil, and the people that he's aligned with are evil, allegedly. So there's evil corporation behind this, though. We can also take Elon's corporation as evil, as well. And that evil corporation is part of the cult. Okay? They believe that Trump does no wrong. They're in the cult. They're there to serve their master. They show me, like, Trump up here, and everybody's like, that's how they are. They're the cult is the evil corporation, as well as the people in the collective that are part of the cult. Unfortunately, some of us know them. I've seen them. I can't vibe with their energy anymore. It's no longer political. It's just, it's not the same. They're not the same evolvement level. And if they don't want to evolve and learn, hopefully they wake up. But okay, so we have, again, travel, and there might be a paper trail of this travel. Okay, that there's going to be a paper trail of something, though, that they're going to find out. And there might be a paper trail of a specific traveling thing too. It was interesting. I had a dream last night of satellites taking all of our energy. It was the weirdest thing, and then they were crashing. I don't know how legit it is, but I saw one of the videos that I posted on the community page about the satellites crashed after this. I found that kind of interesting. And I also, in my dream, you know how, like, in The Simpsons, how sometimes there's like a blip of something. I was going up the stairs and there was a blip of, like, this banner that was being flown across the sky about women's rights. I thought that was really interesting. So I just wanted to throw that out there before. So there are lies, and there are an investigation into the lies that are around this. So there is an investigation going on, according to the cards, going to what we all feel, going to what the rods have said, going what the astrology has said. People just sit tight. There's stuff going on behind the scenes that nobody is aware of and nobody knows about. But there is investigation into specific lies as well. And there's a guy that, good guy, that's a male, but he's really he pretends to be a good guy that's a male, but he's really terrorist. We can all kind of think of who that is, right? I kind of want to go towards Trump with this, though, but towards Elon with this, though, but it could be both of them. Because really, he pretends to be a good guy, but he's really the devil. So you can take that as both of them, because I feel like both energies are kind of merged right now. Although the egotism ain't gonna handle one another. Eventually, Trump's gonna get tired of him, and does that mean that Elon turns on him? It's possible. I think if Elon is faced with some damning evidence, especially if there's anything that Trump says against him that he hears. I don't know why that's coming to my attention. But this was premeditated. The military is going to come into play in some way, shape, or form. Okay. I'm hearing like collusion. So, remember, everything that Trump says is usually a confession. And I don't know how many times he said there was no collusion. So, seems like Trump is hiding out a little bit. I think they don't want him to say things that it's almost like he in a way is a puppet. He feels like he was a puppet to do what he wants to do, but really there's people behind the scenes that use him for like a face. But again, hey, criminals hanging with criminals, reptiles reptilians hanging with reptilians. But he's been hiding out. I don't know if any of y'all have noticed. Interesting. Arson. I hope they don't burn anything, but it can be like he plans on burning democracy, basically. Interesting, the poisoning thing comes in, although he is a poison on our democracy, is a poison on our country, unfortunately. I've gotten that in a reading about possible poison, but you can take it since we're looking into the election as he's literally a poison. I've heard people call him a cancer before. Same thing. And there is trafficking. Okay. We already know that one of the guys that he wants to be AG was involved in trafficking. We already know that Trump was aligned with Epstein, involved in trafficking. We know that Elon was aligned with Epstein, involved in trafficking. So we all know, and Diddy is involved in there too. We all know that there is trafficking on that side. And people can say, oh, it's on the other side too. Look, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this specific side. We're talking about this specific election, and the trafficking card came up for this. Okay. We know that his mental health is not good. He's been. Look at the balls go off. We know his mental health is not good. He's been stated to be a malignant narcissist and a psychopath. Like most cult leaders, he has the same sort of mental health issue as Hitler did. I've heard a lot of other people say that. So this is just a confirmation that his mental health is not. He has authoritarian, fascist kind of personality because of his mental health and who he is. Okay. But he's going to be fired. He's going to be fired. Of course, he is firing people, but I feel like I said, there can be multiple meanings to a card, just like any kind of symbolism. But I feel like he's going to be fired. Everybody's down the rabbit hole on this. We all know. Every time I see this, I'm like, oh, there's Lizzie's card. We're all down the rabbit hole. Okay. This was definitely staged. This was staged. And we can take that as, because I've had the feeling that this whole thing was a setup. It could be staged that way, or the fact that, his part of winning the election was staged. And he does want to take revenge on his enemies. So that was a big, big thing into him getting into the White House, was to enact revenge on people that have come at him or tried to prosecute him or whatever. He said he was going to fire Jack right away. So that's the big thing, is he ran on this, which is crazy to me that people would be okay. And the thing is, they're talking about a death penalty for people that have acted against him in standing in the law. So, this is a big thing. He wants his revenge. He wants revenge. But there is a false flag. Okay, this whole election, I feel, is a false flag. And he's got a debt for it. There's a debt he owes somebody. I think it might be Russia. I think it might be Netanyahu. When the Rod said no to Russia, I realized that I needed to be more specific and asked about Putin. So we did that in the live. And I did post the comment. I did pin a comment saying I would ask about Putin. So we did that in the live, and we got a yes for that. So not all of Russia, but Putin and his people. So he owes a debt now. He owes a debt. And unfortunately, as I've stated again and again, I think the biggest thing was he wants to hand Ukraine to Russia. I hate to say that. I know he said he's going to end the war, but there's literally a video, and Spirit reminds me of this, of him talking about the oil in Ukraine. And I think that was part of the debt that he owes. And he was all excited about this oil in Ukraine. So he had a false, there was lots of, also, you can say lots of false flags that he threw up that he wasn't really going to do, right? But he owes a debt. And that might get him in trouble, owning a debt like that. A lot of people are sad I know I have a lot of people on this channel that are sad that don't understand it, and that's good because you're aligning with spirituality. Anybody that is a spiritual of a high vibration will not be able to handle that darkness. So if you can't handle that side, if you can't handle that darkness, if you see them, if you see behind the mask, then you are of a higher vibration. You are more enlightened. You are evolving where some people can't and some people are stuck. You are evolving. For the people that are learning and growing and seeing their of the ways through this, they're also evolving and changing their vibration. So, but you know, a lot of people are sad about it. And there's going to be a cleanup. I find this interesting because cleanup has come. I think it's they're going to clean up a lot of the people on that side. A lot of the corruption. That is again part of Pluto leaving Capricorn and going into Aquarius. I hear retribution. So, there's going to be a cleanup. It might be a little bit of a struggle, but we're going to get there. There was a cyber crime that was committed here. So you can take that as the propaganda that was put online or whatever, but there was also more cyber crimes. Go back to the Polytech. If anybody doesn't think that it's not weird that Alfie and Polytech were both raided within the last week, wake up. Because Peter Thiel again aligns with I think it's Polytech. I hope I'm saying that right. And then Alfie aligns with Donald, and they all connect, right? They all connect in that evil corporation cult. But there is cyber crimes that were committed here as well, which Russia has some good hackers. So through this, we're going to have freedom. Okay. We're going to have freedom through this and healing. The earth is going to heal. The world is going to heal. That doesn't mean that we won't have struggles. There won't be, unfortunately, probably maybe something sort of a civil war, riots, things like that. I always see riots with Trump just because that's the energy that he brings, right? Like attracts like, hate spreads, negativity spreads. So therefore it spreads, it spreads to all the vulnerable people. It spreads to all the lower vibrational people. So that's why he's able to, get people riled up. But I do see, and they showed me this earlier, it feels symbolic as people. It's almost like I see people in battle and they're putting down their swords and they're dropping their armor. So there will be a time where people are like, this isn't worth it. Most people. That doesn't mean there's not going to be, because I've seen this before, like some sort of underground little thing. But there will be a time where people decide this isn't worth fighting for. They see the light at the end of the tunnel. They're awakened in a way. So that's where the healing and freedom. So you will see people dropping their swords, so to speak. And I've also, what I was seeing today too, in a symbolic vision, was Harris stepping into armor with a sword. So don't think she's done fighting. They're doing it very quietly. Okay. Remember, Biden's got all that Scorpio energy in the 12th house. Like, he does not tell people what he's doing. Because what are you doing when you're investigating criminals, especially this kind of crime syndicate, especially people that think that they're smarter than everybody else? You don't want to let them know you're coming. You want to keep everything close to your vest. And you want to only talk to people that you trust. So, microchip's interesting. That could be something to do with the voting machines, some sort of, what's the word I'm thinking of? Programs. Okay, some sort of programs, some sort of microchip put in there with programs. I've heard that they can actually rig them by just putting a virus that doesn't take long to do. Russia could have done something like that and helped out with that. I feel like it was done in a multitude of ways. It feels like there's a bunch of different moving parts to this and a bunch of different people involved to this. But there was definitely some sort of this. This can also be, I guess, the satellites. But again, I don't know if it's true or not that the satellites fell, but I found that was kind of interesting. That was kind of interesting. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm just pulling a few more cards here in this deck. Affair, which is interesting. I've pulled that before. I wonder if there is an affair going on. There might be, again, some sort of weird surveillance. Now, I know that there was some ballot boxes that were burned. Okay, that was caught on surveillance. This could have something to do with that, or we can look at it as, because again, there can be multiple meanings to cards. He's being surveilled. They are watching him. I've gotten this before. So there's surveillance going on. Phone tapping, people undercover. There's surveillance. Okay. And they might feel like, oh yeah, we're partying now. We're gonna be in charge. We're gonna do whatever we want. We're gonna set fire to democracy. We're partying. But collapse. Like a tower moment. It's gonna be collapse. But it could be that government agency brings down and collapses, or it could be collapse of a government agency, which that could be the other side, you know. But these two came in together, collapse government agency, or the government agency could cause the collapse, which CIA, counterintelligence, anything like that. There's a soul contract here, unfortunately. And this was to happen for lessons for human beings. Are you going to evolve from it? Are you going to stay stuck? Are you going to learn your lessons? Are you going to learn what's right and wrong? What are you condoning? There's soul contracts in this. Also here, this is for Harris to put on her army, Biden to be, he is the last of the old card, the old ways. Has Pluto and Capricorn. He's the very last one. So, look, he's going to put on that armor and he's going to fight for democracy because that's who he is. You can like him or not. That's who he is. And Scorpios, they don't let you know what's coming. They just sting. And when they sting hard. He's got powerful 12th house, so he does move in secret and silence, and he knows how to do that. He is one that will smile in your face. The balls. Smile in your face. And I'm getting the chills. And at the same time, knows he's got you, and he's making plans in the background. So just know that this was a soul contract between kind of like an evolutionary thing, right? But there's a soul contract here. Now everybody has free will, but there's something at play. These three have been at this before. Trump is unfortunately the catalyst in all of this. He's the dark. This is a light versus dark battle. Again, history repeating itself in different ways. We've fought, their kingdoms have fought before. And this is divine feminine. Let's not forget. We have about 5 women world leaders all around the world. They just put one up in Ukraine. Or not Ukraine, sorry. UK. So this is time for the divine feminine. Revolutionary time for women is Pluto and Aquarius. So just know. And they show me her putting on her armor and holding up her sword. I saw that today. So she is not giving up. She is going to fight. She's going to fight for democracy. She's going to fight for the rule of law. And so is Biden. And she might have to nudge. I don't even think she has to nudge him because he's mad. He is ticked off that his democracy and everything he's built is being stepped on. And this guy who always talks crap about him, who is a sleazeball, is trying to take credit for all of his hard work and how he's brought the economy up and how he's brought everything up. Trump's already trying to take credit for that. He's not happy. He's not happy. And Biden might look like a gentle old man, but let me tell you, he's not going to put up with it. The balls are confirming. So you know. Thank you. Because this was about power. He wanted to gain power. He wanted to put things the way he was. Why do you think he's putting loyalists? That's why it's like, you guys really didn't read 2025. You really don't know what 2025 is about. It starts like this. Firing everybody in the government and putting in loyalists. This was all about power to him. Power and control and staying out of jail. And that's why, him and a lot of other people were going to jail. If he went to jail, other people were going to go. So, and also I feel like Putin thinks that, and it's interesting because I've gotten Putin is going to be done too, but I don't know I don't know how. I haven't been shown that, but Spirit has said he's done for some reason. So, but he probably made this deal with Trump, and Trump's got to pay the piper in some way, shape, or form. Just know. Evil surrounds this election. Okay. Been saying it. But Biden is not going to lay down. He doesn't care what. Look at, there goes the balls. He doesn't care what it takes at this point. He's done. He's done with this threat to the democracy. Because we look at Biden like an old grandfather, right? He kind of does remind me of my grandfather a little bit. We look at him like that. Like he's always been that protective one of the country. And he's been in the game a long time. He's not going to I found this interesting. Lured into a strategy. There's strategy here that's taking place in a meeting. So he might be lured to a meeting, and that's part of the strategy. Okay, that might have even been something whenever Trump went to the White House. There might be something in there because I feel like although he was smiling, yeah, it's one of those laughing behind the smiles, blackmail. I pulled this before with Trump. I really feel like, again, there's blackmail going on. I feel like he's blackmailed people to get to where he is as well, to help him out or whatever. Or you scratch your back, I'll scratch mine. There's a lot of that going around. Government blackmail. Okay? It's a prophecy here. Justice. Justice will prevail as the prophecy. Exposed. Exposed. They're going to get exposed. The veil's going to lift. The curtain's going to be pulled. They're getting exposed for that prophecy of justice. All right? Because there's DNA all over this. It doesn't have to be physical DNA. You know what I mean? Because he actually lost. And guess what? There's going to be drama surrounding that. And there's an incoming message of some sort. I don't know if there's messages they're going to tap into that they've seen, or there's going to be an incoming message that's going to be very important for this. The other side has demonic possession, which we know. There's embezzlement going on. That's going to be brought into. And social media. As we know, Elon controlled the social media and the algorithm in X. That's been stated multiple times, but social media influence. They might find something on there, on social media. Gaslighting. He gaslights everybody. And we get gaslit too by his people, but constant gaslighting going on. And this is also a part of a secret society. Remember the rods and what they said about him being part of the swamp, him being part of the elite, so to speak, or whatever. He is the secret society. I've been trying to tell you guys that. This is top secret. Like I said, Biden ain't letting nobody know. He's only got people that he trusts, that he knows are not paid under Trump or not spies for Trump, people that he trusts. This is top secret. There's top secret military involved. There's top secret CIA. There's top secret counterintelligence. You name it. The Five Eyes as well. Trump's going to be angry. And unfortunately, people are going to be angry. Okay. Pretty soon your luck runs out and karma catches up and you got to pay the piper. I just heard that. And Peter Thiel, I think, is going to go to jail. And I hear like for election interference too. But he's definitely, I feel like he's involved. I didn't even learn about him till recently. But Spirit was just telling me that, showing me. But yep, his luck is running out. Pretty soon shit catches up with you. You can only get away with stuff for so long. And when it hits, it's going to hit big. God, I hope I'm right. Pretty sure I am. I'll ask the rods I'll ask the rods again when I'm done. Okay? All right. Now, this confirms my suspicions. I found this very interesting. These two cards came in together. Government setup. Told you guys, the government set this up. That confirms my suspicions on this, that there was some setups that took place because they knew his egotism. He's got major ego, as we all know, right? Justice out of this situation. For the organized crimes involved too. And you can take that, different kind. There's all different kinds of organized crimes, including like foreign ones, but there's organized crimes as well that probably bought their spot at the table, is what I just heard. Police are going to investigate. Again, he is the devil. Things are hidden. He's trapped. They're trapped. There's a stranger or something on camera in regards to their surveillance as well, but there could be another stranger that's now, again, this goes back to like the ballot boxes. Like there was a stranger caught on camera for that, but there might be another one for someone we don't know about, right? Jail. Okay, drugs, poison. He is poison, but there is still a lot of them are doing that around him, whether believe it or not. But he's trapped. They're trapped because there is evidence. And there's some sort of phone call or message. Now, I don't know what the storms are looking like lately, but this can be symbolic because this is a natural disaster. Like, in a way, it took the world by storm, right? But there's a spy. Talked about this. This was planned. And now he's got a debt because it was planned. Okay? FBI is looking into it. Money is involved. As we all know, people were paid off. Justice again. Ready for this? We were hijacked. The election was hijacked. That's how I take that card. And it was a man-made disaster. There might be some sort of argument that happens between two people. I want to say it's like Elon and Trump. They might be arguing because there's that clash of egos, right? There might be somebody running away from that, running away from the physical evidence. There's physical evidence. And there might be, again, an underground confession. Someone that's confessing that's a whistleblower that we don't know about, that's coming from underground, maybe somebody that's inside that we don't know about, okay? A spy or somebody like that, or somebody that just has a plant. I'm hearing a plant, possibly, okay? And again, accomplice in crime to steal the election. Big part of it was revenge. They wanted revenge. Wow, these cards. Wasn't sure how this was going to go. It's going pretty good. Aliens, foreign people were used. All right, there was a meeting. There was a meeting of the foreign people, and there's going to be legal proceedings in regards to this, okay? So that's where the delays are going to come from. There's going to be some legal proceedings. He is a terrorist, okay? And there's money. And he's working with terrorists, obviously. And there's money involved. Again, I would like to say he could be having a legit affair because I always pull this card, but also he's having an affair with Russia and some other people over there, okay? There is fraud involved, all right? And there could be a female. There could be a female accomplice or somebody. Either a female spy, which is interesting, or a female accomplice. But again, the cult card. Because we all know they're all the cult, and they have a bunch of cult members in the USA. So it's one of the biggest cults in the world. But all the people that love Trump and work for Trump, they're also in the cult. DEA is interesting. Imprisonment. Going to jail. Break-in. You can take this, something was stolen. They broke in. They stole it. Because of greed. There's blackmail involved. I'm telling you. Blackmail involved. Especially with, I feel like, Putin. But there's others. There's blackmail. That's coming before. He is a drug. And they stole it. Burglar. They stole it. He's jealous. He's so jealous of other presidents. He wants what all the other presidents have. He's a grandparent. He's old. So, but I also think he's jealous of Biden because you can look at Biden as like an old grandparent, right? But he's jealous. He's jealous. They're cleaning up. Government involvement in the cleanup. Okay, we're cleaning up. Where there's actually a placement in the astrology, algol, decapitation. They are cutting off all of the greed, all of that corruption. There's government involvement in a cleanup here. I'm hearing a sweep. Phone, interesting. The poly guy, his phone was taken, checked out. One more thing I wanted to add While I was kind of like putting my cards back the way that they go, I was seeing something about Biden being in the office with Trump, and this might have been when they met. But there's a cloning of the phones or something. They've gotten message. They've either cloned his phone or they've cloned somebody's phone, and that was partly what the meeting was about. There's a strategy here, and not to give anything away. I mean, I'm just a psychic. I don't know anything, right? Hopefully the CIA doesn't knock on my door, but I wanted to put that out there because I was shown it for a reason. So I guess I'm supposed to say it. But yeah, I think there is a cloning of the phone at some point. There was a strategy more than what people realized behind that meeting at the White House, in my opinion. I think there was more that was going on there. So, whether it be to clone his phone or something, there's more to it. Almost like a trap. Look, the ball's going off. Ah, thank you, Spirit. I mean, they gave me that vision. That was just kind of like something that just kind of came to me. So, that was almost like a trap, so to speak, or there's a reason that he did that. And then there's a reason that people don't understand. Like they don't get it. They don't know. It's almost like we're doing our own spy work. We're working behind the scenes and in ways that maybe people don't even understand that the government works. Like telling you Biden is slick. He's slick and he's got a plan. Whether people think so or not, he's got a plan. So that was good validation. With the ball with that, because I'm like, man, that's crazy. Why am I having this vision now that this is all over? So, yep, totally interesting. All right. Hopefully, I don't get any. I mean, I love to get other things. I'm just saying, it's supposed to be done. So, I just want to add this in here. Wow. Okay. Everybody's intuition. Y'all are right. You all are right. There's going to be healing. There's going to be healing coming from all this. Okay. A lot of people got tunnel vision. There will be light at the end of the tunnel as well. Healing at the end of the tunnel. Okay. All right. So these cards are a little different. These are the what lies beneath. So it's interesting because divorce, you can take that as like we're getting broken up with him because look, a situation's about to explode and shit's about to pop off in flames. I found that interesting because it is. December is going to be very, very explosive, apparently. As we're taking out the trash. Somebody's doing this. And he's trying to fulfill a fantasy of, having the government the way he wants it and being a dictator. We're tired of the drama. Interesting. There might be someone that's getting a room. And they're keeping a secret and putting on a show. Okay. And a lot of the US are destroyed. Relationships are destroyed. Friendship are destroyed. A lot of that's happening because of this. The putting on the show, that's when that started going off. He's actually kind of insecure, but we're getting played, y'all. We're getting played. Or he thinks we're getting played. He's trying to play us. Okay, manipulation, lies, and control. That's him. That's what he does around the election. That's what's been going on around the election. All he did was manipulate, lie, and try to control people with those lies. Interesting. Recording. An announcement. Expression. It's revealing. There might be a recording of some sort or something. We might not hear it. We might hear it. But this is something that's coming out that's going to be kind of revealing about things. And again, for those of you that are sitting here and saying, oh, he didn't steal the election. Dude, he told us. He told us. For once, last time, he allegedly tried to steal the election. What are you talking about? He did try to steal it. He covertly tried to steal it. Then he knew he didn't win and he still tried to steal it because he wants the power and control. And then he sits here and tells everybody he doesn't need the votes. He has all the votes in the world he could need. So when do you ever hear a politician say that they don't have the votes? Yes, he's got egotism, but it goes beyond that. Then you got a secret. Come on. we all know that he's promiscuous, whether they want it or not, but a lot of people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. They run away from the truth. Police are going to get involved. It's also symbolic of justice because he's toxic. He is toxic. But hopefully there's no emotional intelligence with them. And I feel like he's a hater. I take that as like he's a hater of our democracy. He wants things his way. That's just the way that he is. He wants things his way. All right, we're going to do just a few of these cards because they don't really completely align, but some of them do. So, interesting. Caught in the act. Caught in the act. I just kept this because this is 11/11, divine timing. There's going to be lots of controversy, though, but there's going to be drama, scandal, the truth coming out again, another truth coming out card again. There was planning here. And they might have phone, text, meeting. They might have evidence of all that, but this was planned again. Deuces. People are fed up walking away with that energy. Some of them, not all of them, but some of them are cutting ties with that side. And also people are cutting ties with one another, unfortunately, because of what they condone and what the morals are. It has nothing to do with your political views. It has to do with people condoning a sexual predator and a criminal and that energy of that side. That's what it's about. And women's rights and things like that. Because they're sick and tired of it. People are sick and tired of it. We are sick and tired of it. This is about cycles being over it, decisions being made, but there's distractions going on. Okay? There's distractions. Toxic people. Unfortunately, this brought out a lot of toxic people. I know this is going beyond, right? But beyond the election, but this is the energy surrounding the election. So, I know for one, like on my channel, we lost the toxic people. In my group, we're losing the toxic people. The people are showing their true colors. They're come out and saying, I'm proud I voted for this guy. Like, sorry, you don't align here then. And you're just, they sit there and tell me, you're just in denial. I'm sorry, but why are you on a psychic channel? You're going to sit here and tell me how wrong I am. I trust spirit. That's what we do here. And we're not ones to be in the dark and be on low vibration. And if you want to support something like that, then you can see the door, because I'm not condoning it anymore. And it has to do with boundaries and the fact that just the light can't handle it. My light can't handle it. The light I want to have on the channel can't handle it. Like, if people are condoning this type of behavior, we're at the wrong place. So we've had to lose with the toxic people have come out for many of us, and many of us have seen it. And that's what darkness brings. That's what hate brings. That's what negativity brings. It breeds it. It spreads. That's what people don't understand. So, there's a message in all of this, I think, and what people condone, and there's lessons to learn. This might be a literal message, though. Again, we keep getting that. We know that he's stubborn, right? He's a stubborn person, bossy, selfish, and flexible. And here we go. Opposites attract. So there's a lesson with all of this, because this is about lessons, not your usual, like different spiritual beliefs and things like that. So there's lessons with how things are going on, and people we're trying to learn conflict resolution, but that might be in the end, like people might start seeing things. They might wake up. They might start seeing things for how they are. But there's a lot of people that are hurting right now. And there's a spiritual attack. So there's karma, divine intervention, and facing their demons. So there is going to be divine intervention in this, and he is going to have to face his demons. Because he loves the spotlight. He loves that people adore him. He loves the cult. That's where his egotism is. But we have guidance. There's going to be faith and healing out of this, and it's going to be even intuition and dreams for a lot of us. I know that I've had them. So that's interesting. All right. And just for the heck of it, I pulled a couple of timing cards. So we have something within a month that's going to come out. Something within a couple days could possibly come out. There might be some stuff around next June. They're saying stay positive about it. So there may something be around July as well. very soon something's going to happen, and in the nearest future. I guess I'll ask the rods now. Now, I've already done a rod video, I've already done a rod live, but I just want to ask a couple questions just because I'm just curious. So, may I ask questions again regarding the 2024 election? Okay, that's a yes. Okay. Thank you. Can you show me what yes would be, please? Can you show me what no would be? Okay. All right. So, did Trump win the election for 2024 fair and square? That's a no. Was there cheating involved in the 2024 election? Was there cheating involved in the 2024 election? Okay, that's a yes. Okay. Will Harris be president in year 2025? It's a yes. Will Trump be inaugurated as the 47th president of the United States? No. Is Trump going to have legal fees or legal things that happen to keep him from becoming president? Trump could have legal battles. Is Trump going to have legal battles regarding the election? Thank you. Are they going to find evidence that they need to overturn the election? Yes. Is Putin involved in the stealing of the election? Yes. Is Polytech involved in the stealing of the election, or Poly? I don't know what that app is. That Poly app. I mean, they're kind of giving me like kind of a yeah. Were the raids that happened last week involved in the investigation of the election? Getting a yeah for that as well. Okay. Is Harris going to be our 47th president of the United States? Are they going to prove election interference? Was Elon Musk involved? And that was a yes. Was Elon Musk involved in the election interference? Will they be able to prove any of this? Is there going to be, that was yes. Is there going to be legal ramifications? Is there going to be delays in who becomes the next president? Is the inauguration going to happen in January 2025? No. February 2025, is the inauguration going to happen? March? April 2025? May? Or like April, May timeframe. Okay. Interesting. So there will be delays with the election, with the inauguration. There will be delays. Is December a pivotal month? Is the truth going to come out? Yes. Is there going to be riots? Yes. Unrest? Yes. Unfortunately, people are going to think he was railroaded. Did Trump steal the 2024 election? With the help of other people, did Trump steal the 2024 election? Who is the real president of the president-elect of the United States? Who is the real president-elect of the United States? Donald Trump? Harris? Whoops. Sorry, I moved, so I'm going to ask that again, okay? Who is the real president-elect of the United States? Donald Trump or Harris? you can see Donald Trump as a no. Okay. Is Donald Trump going to be inaugurated in 2025? Is Donald Trump going to be inaugurated as the 47th president of the United States? Are they going to be able to prove something that keeps him from being president? Okay. So there you have it. I mean, I kind of asked all those questions before. I got the same answers last time, so I just wanted to re-ask. Well, balls are going off again. So why is it whenever I stop recording that they do that? Good validation, I suppose, huh? I'm telling you, just relax. I think Biden's got this. I think that man has more fight in him than people realize. I mean, his chart shows that and how he operates. So there's lots of things going behind the scenes. Like I tell you guys, I keep seeing like them looking at computer screens. I think they've got hackers on it. I think they're looking into other crimes. They do not want him in office. They are going to try everything that they possibly can to keep him from being in office. Well, he puts on a good front about, oh, this is what you do. This is what you do. But at the same time, they are for rule of law. They are for democracy. They're not going to let him come in and do this. Although, because they know that something's not right. If we know something's not right, they know something's not right. And they know more than we know. And there's probably people all over the world that, they have checking things out that we don't even realize. So, ball started going off again, so I thought I'd turn this back on. Here we go again tonight, man. I don't know what is going on right now. Thank you for being here. If you liked it, please make sure that you like on your way out. If you're not subscribed and you like this, make sure you subscribe. I look forward to continuing to meet all of you and seeing how many others vibe with the tribe. Until next time, hang in there, stay safe, and sending you lots of light and love.